quick questions in the group, and I thought maybe we'd address those first. Charles Haddock asks, how are you guys tracking your radius bombs? I can see it getting confusing if I'm doing 4-card sequence for 9 rounds, or I could do another 4-card sequence to the same houses by mistake. Thanks for any input, guys. Now, just to sum up what he's saying is audience overlap with your hyper-targeted cards using our tool, Radius Bomb. And there's not really a good way to prevent that overlap right now, other than looking into the reporting, which could be tedious. And I recommend delaying your neighbor millings to go out later. So, for instance, if your radius bomb is 4 cards long, then start your neighbor milling the week that the radius bomb ends for that area. Typically, what I'm saying is whenever that radius bomb goes out, you just want to try to delay your neighbor milling, so that way that prevents that audience overlap. Another option is for you to actually target 2 different subdivisions, and hopefully they have some sort of physical gap, in the map, to where you could prevent that overlap as well. So you could run one campaign, on one subdivision, and then after you move to the second one, you could start your neighbor millings on that first one, and so on and so forth as you move through your city. And obviously you want really, really close route density, so you wouldn't want to do this all the way across the city. It would hopefully be somewhere close, but not so close that there's overlap. So anyway, did you want to add anything to that, Andy?
That sounds good. You said it exactly like I would.
Yeah, so I think Keith's here, maybe. But the next question I had was from Purcell Scott Jr. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Pre-made postcards, how can they be made to edit? And I wanted to, let's see, I'll actually open up a thing here. Right now, what he's talking about is on the postcards, he's wanting to edit one of our existing designs. And I think you can see that. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger here on the screen. There we go. So on this, wants to create modifications to our templates. We have quite a few templates for all kinds of things, and you're able to submit a design request to me or anybody on the team, and just put a subject line and master template, design change, recommendation, and we will actually add these cards in here if they seem like a good fit. Otherwise, you can actually upload your own custom card here, and you can download the custom template guidelines. This might be something that we get into with the interview with today's guest, Andy, because he's gotten really good at Canva and some other ways to modify the cards. We actually do have on a roadmap a way to edit these in-app, and so I'm looking forward to a feature like that. The other thing that you can do is use a service like Signs Today, Tim Fields, and I think we're going to put that link below. And you can click there and actually get a custom design made for you, and he'll make sure it's set up right for you and everything. So anyway, was there anything that you wanted to add about, customizing the templates? I guess sure. I could show the macros. Mm-hmm. Did you have one of these cards in your account that you wanted me to, you had a macro?
Pretty much any of the text, I'll usually edit right in Canva, and then I won't.
Oh, okay.
I won't always put text in there. On a few of the cards, we have that space available to do that, but on most of them, we just type whatever we're going to put right in Canva. Once you learn how to do it, and you've done it a couple times, it actually becomes very easy. And then once you get used to uploading your own custom cards and using Canva, the potential is just unlimited for what you can do. You can start sending out postcards that have your logo on it, your own picture on it, and you could have cards that have expiration dates. That's been another big one. But of course, if you don't want to do that, you can always use the micros and put your own text in there as well.
Okay, well, that's good information, and that's right here. where you can actually input macros. So you could do personalization here and build out the same sort of message, and it would show up right here where this would actually pull data from your addresses and allow you to personalize this card based on your addresses. Now with Radius Bomb, you don't actually know the person's name, so it would say current resident or friend, and so these would be things that you probably would want to just be aware of. The same goes for if you're utilizing a house image on the front, and I see on your Radius Bomb sequences you're not, because you're not pulling that image. Just a little FYI, one of the things that's going to be really cool and I'm excited for, that's on our to-do list, I think it's going to come out real soon, is when you go to do a Radius Bomb, you're actually going to be able to, when you actually select the subdivision, you'll be able to add one photo to that whole Radius Bomb. And so then you could send like the neighborhood photo to that. Wow, you've got quite a few pins that you've been targeting. So
we've got pins all over.
Yeah. Wow. So
we're taking over, Derek. We're taking over.
So back to your business a little bit. You started in 2007, but we were talking earlier. You said you didn't take it serious until like 2012.
Yep.
Was there any particular reason that sparked your growth?
Yeah.
What kind of made the business change for you?
Yeah, well, I started the business when I was in high school. So I was 17, 18 years old getting it started, and actually made a couple of very good contacts, which still send us a lot of business to this day. But I also joined the military right out of high school. I got sent to basic training, which ended up going much of the season. When I got back, I found out I was going to get deployed right away. So there was a year for about 2 or 3 years after I graduated where I just was out of the country. So when I got back, that's really when I started kicking it into high gear with this business. But I was never really able to get over the $40,000, $50,000 range. So it was enough for me, and it was really just me working. I was answering all the phones and doing all the window cleaning. This year, with the help of SendJim and a lot of really hard work, and a phenomenal team coming on, will definitely triple, maybe quadruple last year's income. So we're really excited about that, and it's a huge part thanks to Radius Bomb and everything we're doing with Radius Bomb. And
you actually said that you did take advantage of our sequence planning session. Now that's a free service that SendJim offers now, and if you need help with getting that sequence planning done and try to figure out how that you should set up your campaigns, you can request a one-on-one with one of our in-house experts to help you set up one of the 5 key sequences, and whether it's a personal sequence to your family, a prospecting sequence to customers, a sequence to maybe stay in touch with networking, people you're trying to just stay in touch with on a networking level, and whatever it may be, then you could talk to one of our experts, and I'll drop that link as well in the chat, and so you guys can get that set up if you haven't already. And it's also a good place to even answer some questions if you're on the fence about using the software and how that it's going to be used in your business, and if your business is even ready for it. So now, Andy, how are you implementing hyper targeting? You got Radius Bomb, but is there a certain strategy that I see you got pins in different areas?
Yes. So I'm in Minnesota, obviously, and we have a lot of lakes here. So a big demographic of ours are lakefront homeowners. Typically, these homes have bigger windows out the back, and they, of course, have a really phenomenal view. So these customers have been great for us. They definitely want their windows clean. Living on a lake, they might even get a little more dirty. But
you're
so we've targeted. Yep, that's one example. We've got about 3 houses. We've got about 3 houses on that street that we do on a very regular basis, just from one small little targeted area. So what we use is we draw a line around everyone that lives on that lake. And then we'll take we have postcards that talk about living on a lakefront. And so when these potential clients get the postcard, they look at, yep, just like that right there. They look at the postcard and it feels like it was meant just for them. So we talk about how nice it is to have clean windows and living on a lake and that kind of stuff. So that's how we've been hyper targeting our client or prospects that way. We do some other targeting too with neighborhoods, and we'll usually put like the name of the neighborhood, yep, or their entranceway right on the front of the postcard. That way, when the person gets the direct mail, it's not like anything they've gotten before, where they all look the same and they're all generic. This looks like a custom-made postcard just for them, and we found that they convert so much better.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I've always thought that that works really well to get your foot in the door, especially to prevent the the people calling and complaining that they got a picture of their house. Certain areas, they definitely didn't respond well to that. Now, in my cleaning business, we actually converted quite a few of those because of our script. Mm-hmm. But I always thought the sign or something just familiar to the audience or the prospect getting the card,
yep.
I still saw the same kind of conversion rates. And what was the response that you were getting on those personalized ones? Yeah,
the response was really good. The response we've got over and over is, hey, I can see you guys are local. You do business in our area. You must do business with my neighbors. And if we would offer like a neighborhood discount, if the neighborhood was like Fox Meadows, we would have a Fox Meadows discount that was very exclusive. And, we've had a very, very good luck getting, we'd send the postcard out, we'd get one, our trucks would be in and out of there. So they're seeing our vehicles. Then we drop, like a radius bomb with a picture of their entrance or a subdivision sign. And we've been getting phenomenal response. Very positive.
Very positive. What is some of your favorite things about the tool? Would you have to say it's radius bomb, neighbor mailings, or other?
I absolutely love radius bomb. I love the feature where we can automate 5 rounds, 10 rounds, 20 rounds to the neighbors of our clients. But probably my favorite is the ability to send gifts and special cards to either clients or employees or things like that. We utilize that feature quite a bit, and that's been phenomenal. In fact, quick story here: we've had a client down in a very, very nice. That's been a phenomenal client for us for years and years, and she had just mentioned last spring when we were doing their windows that this fall was her and her husband's 50th wedding anniversary. So I just made a note on that on my calendar, on my Google Calendar, and I got a notification this week, and I'm like, you know what, I should send them something. And SendJim made it so easy. I think I sent them some caramels, I think. And she called me that same week to say thank you. She was absolutely delighted. She was thrilled and that we remembered. And it took almost no time for me at all to do that for her. And yeah, she was so excited.
That's awesome. Actually, that's how I got one. I was getting a little feedback, sorry. I got one of my first clients with some gifts. It wasn't actually SendJim, but it was before we had gifts. Mm-hmm. I had sent them a dog box, a bark box. I don't know if you've heard of those. But the clients had 2 little dogs, and they treated these dogs like they were their kids, man.
Oh yeah.
So I just sent them this bark box, addressed it to the dogs' names, and it was from their friends at Squeaky Clean. And so they got the box, and I got so lucky. They were having a big get together, and UPS shows up, and they're like, "Well, we didn't order anything. Did you order anything?" And no, I didn't. So they pull this box in, and it's all, I got like the biggest box BarkBox had.
Okay.
And that client went from being a $600 one, that would, the only guarantee I had at that moment was just $600. That was the first time we did their job. But he turned into I think it was $8,000 a year for that customer.
Wow.
Just every 3 months he wanted us there, and then he had us do other things as well.
Yep.
And I was like, man, the power of gratitude, because that's what you're really talking about when you're talking about gifts is gratitude effect. And we actually did a webinar on this, and maybe someone might have the link handy, but we'll actually, I can come back and post links and stuff in here too. So we ran a webinar that talks about the gratitude effect and how you can massively scale your business just really taking care and loving on your current customers. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I think that's really cool too. That's one of my favorite things. I actually have a lot of my friends and family, they're all on sequences that include brownies and things like that. So, because I've got to test our software on a regular basis.
Exactly. Make sure that the brownies still taste good.
Right. Now, our newest integration is with the Customer Factor, and so I thought maybe you actually had set it up, and this is Be Live, and they don't have the ability for my guests to share their screen, or I'd show you guys, but I did actually have a video. We find this video. Well, I'll come back and post it later. Sorry. We have a video of how to set up the integration. I think it's live for all Customer Factor users, right, Andy?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
So, but we are actually having the launch party tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I've posted a link below where you can sign up for that. There is special introductory pricing to become a new SendJim user that'll be on that. There's also some giveaways and some other things that people can check out. Plus, we're going to be talking about the 3 secrets that my partner Josh used to massively scale his business with these cards, the 3 main focus points. And so we're going to go into those and plus show off the integration and how it works. So, but it's great because you can just automatically follow up once you mark a job paid, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, how often are you sending like a radius bomb sequence to, like what's kind of like the kahuna way? Like, are you going to come in and you radius bomb all the time, just on a constant, like just pretty consistently every week? Or you said it was like 75% of your budget is SendJim?
Yep. So yeah, and that's pretty conservative because a lot of the credits that we use on SendJim aren't even for marketing or gaining new clients. They're actually for keeping up with previous clients. But yeah, so we like to pick an area, and then we like to work that area pretty good for about a month. So when I send a radius bomb, I don't ever just send one. It's always a sequence, typically 4. That seems to be like the magic number. Typically we'll send a sequence of 4, and then we really try to hit that area with some yard signs, maybe some Facebook marketing. Of course, when we get clients in that area, our trucks are in and out of there. So we're also leaving door hangers at the 5 nearest neighbors of those customers. So typically we work an area about 4 touches using SendJim for sure. But also our clients that we have sold to, they also get a sequence. So they're going to get 3 more postcards from us along with a phone call. And so that's been phenomenal as well.
Yeah. So, and what you were talking about earlier with neighbor mailings, are you just doing it this way, or are you using Customer Factor now, where you can do your tag, search by the tag, and then send it, and then do like a neighbor mailing to that customer? And yeah, I haven't seen the limit to this. It used to be, I think, 50, or maybe it was more. I think we removed it, so you can do 200 or something if you wanted to, their customers. But a lot of people, really you just want to do 5 to 9 neighbors realistically. What have you determined that there's a number on the neighbors that helps?
Yeah. So we kind of take it as a case by case basis. Emily, who's our office gal, she does a phenomenal job. She's able to see, all right, so if this client is on the other side of town, maybe we just want to hit her closest neighbors. But if it's a client that is close to us in a very nice neighborhood where we'd like to get a lot more clients, then we might do we might target the 50 nearest neighbors. So it really kind of depends. We kind of play it by ear, case by case basis that way.
Right.
So.
And we're continuing to evolve the algorithm on the way this works, and to try to make it, better, and in all aspects. That goes for, all these different little tools we have that are handy. There's just little things sometimes, like even this chat box, if it's in the way. A lot of people in the group, SendJim Pro Tools has been mentioning that, and actually we did kind of fix it. I'm going to move this bubble for this page, but in the meantime, you can actually, it'll say hold control to zoom. So you just hold control and zoom in and out. So you don't even need those buttons. I don't think a lot of people knew that maybe, but I wanted to share that because that is an immediate fix to those things. So are you pairing I know you're in our boot camp, and you were talking back in March about some things that you're going to try to do to grow your business this year. Mm-hmm. You had mentioned that you're going to get involved with building out landing pages, and you're going to do some maybe some advertising on Facebook and things of that nature. Are you pairing up these sequences and your campaigns with those campaigns as well in a specific way, or is there any kind of strategy to how you're doing your cards plus local targeting? Yeah,
absolutely. So I would really like to get into more Facebook and online marketing, but mostly our clients are coming mostly through SendJim emailers or flyers this year. Eventually, we'll kind of get more of a better mix, but SendJim's been working so great. We've just kind of been focusing our efforts on creating good quality postcard designs and targeting the right demographics and the right people using radius bomb and that. So we will eventually. I would like to get eventually where people can scan that QR code on the back of the postcard, mm-hmm. and it takes them to a landing page and maybe have a special offer there. I would absolutely love to do that. Probably not this year.
Okay. Well, and this is maybe up for debate, and comment below if you have any opinions on the matter. But I would like to know if you think that QR codes are dead. QR codes is something that are on our templates, that you can turn them off and on. I've actually had several, tickets lately where we're needing to remove the QR code, and we might even remove the QR code altogether. But that's not confirmed yet. But I would like to get some comments below going on your thoughts about the QR code. And here's an alternative idea, and just a golden nugget. And you can do this right now. You don't have to wait. It's not a SendJim feature, but you could actually use what's called a lead digit. And those work really well for live events and all types of things. Lead Pages actually has a lead digit option, and there's multiple types of lead digits. I think ClickFunnels has a built-in type, lead digit, similar thing. And so what you can do is have I think it's a 5-digit code. So when we go to, I think at our last conference, it was text birthright. Josh was talking about the business birthright, and you can text birthright to 44222, and that's real. You could do that, and you could get your business birthright. Or you could text radius bomb to 44222, and you can get a special offer, special link for signing up for radius bomb. Well, you can actually apply the same techniques to direct mail, and I think that they would work better, but I haven't really heard anybody trying it. I've sold my cleaning business, so I can't really, sample things. I have, talked to a few cleaning companies about some funnels that we were, tossing around to work on. And the idea would be is that maybe it says get your $50 off or whatever special you're going to run. Text Andy to 44222 and receive it. And then what would happen is that the bot replies to their text on their phone and says, click this link to acquire your coupon or whatever it is, your thing, your widget. And so then when they click that, they go to your landing page. And this is where ClickFunnels and some of the things you're wanting to do earlier this year comes into play. Because right now what you have is you have your actual website. I'll see if I can't blow that up a little bit. God, Be Live's got too many options. I don't know if people can see that. But anyway, you have your website, and this is you do have really close to landing pages set up for your different services. And what I mean by landing page as opposed to a website like this is these are all options for them to basically leave your funnel. And whenever you text that widget, the 44222 to get your free widget or whatever, they would come to a page where you actually get you get the thing and you either get a bid or you give them the information. Now I see you have responsive bid installed, and that's another integration with SendJim. So when someone gets a bid, you can set up a step to follow up and say, hey, thanks so much for getting a bid and giving us a shot. We really look forward to doing business with you, so on and so forth. Are you implementing any types of sequences with responsive bid and your SendJim account?
We do have ClickFunnels, and we do have some landing pages there that we have attached to some Facebook ads that we're running, but I don't have any attached to any sequences that I'm running with SendJim at the moment.
Oh, okay. So that was one idea, though. Back to the lead digit idea is that they would text something simple instead of scanning a QR code. They most likely don't have the app on their phone.
Right.
And then they text it, they're opted in, and then they can get their thing, and then they can immediately book business with you. I think that would be
I love
awesome.
that idea.
Awesome.
I've never thought of that before.
But anyway, back to you kind of wanted a little bit of help with the website. You said you're actually changing it up quite a bit this year. This was a little nugget I heard yesterday, I believe, on a podcast. It was, I think, James Wedmore on his the mindfulness podcast, or it was who knows what it was. But they were basically saying, we do the 10-day rain day guarantee or whatever it is. We always want to do our authority and social proof and things like that. Well, to stand out, we could actually do the Andy promise. That's the promise that you're going to make me when you put your hand on my shoulder and you look me in the eye and say that I'm going to come up here and do this thing I said I was going to do. Mm-hmm. And that's a really strong promise on a website. And I'm going to start implementing that from time to time. The other thing that I just noticed on your website, Andy, I don't know if you noticed, but your links for CO reviews on Angie's List, these don't work. So that would be cool to fix. But
I don't want them to go to Angie's List. I want them to stay on my website.
What you do is just have those, have the reviews from Angie's List in a section with that, and then that way you keep them here. Now this is Nice Job integration, right? Yep. So there's some cool things happening with Nice Job and SendJim, and I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil any surprises, but there would be some things happen with that with possible quick sends in the future. That's all I'm going to say. Josh might kill me. So, but anyway, man, it's been awesome. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to, did you want me to show, the viewers here anything? Was there any questions from any of you guys watching? I know there's just a few of you guys live right now that, you guys have for me or Andy. We'd be happy to take those questions. And in the meantime, I guess I could show off this. Let's see. I will actually trying to think of my account. I'll show my Squeaky Clean account while we're on here. Let's see. So I actually had let's see, I had a preseason, let's see, it's been a while since I used my own account, but let's see, I think it was, actually I was kind of setting this up to show in a video, and I might as well do it now. It's just different tabs that might help organize your different campaigns. So I've got prospecting, preseason. This would be like when we're ramping up, I would build that out. Fall ones, thank you sequences, and I had a pretty long, is a 1 year thank you sequence. Yeah, 1 year, and you can see some of those cards in here. It was thank you number 5. That's one of our cards in the thing. 3, 6, 4, 2. Let's see. And I think I did like a "We Miss You" maybe. Yeah, this one. I think it says "We Miss You" or something on the back. I also started playing around with sideways cards. They worked out pretty well. I think you can get this template with the WCRA, and it's not a SendJim template, but I had my team just modify it, and that's why it looks awesome, because I could not do that well. But anyway,
a lot of postcards there.
Yeah. So anyway, so I've got that, and then also I was kind of considering the fact that we have Radius Bomb, being able to target different areas. Okay, so you obviously know that people live on the lake, generate a certain demographic, and you could actually use USPS or Melissa data or any of those number of sites to research demographic data in those neighborhoods and so forth. And so once I kind of knew that, then I would actually send cards targeted towards their needs using these categories here. And the other thing is, with Radius Bomb, you can target commercial or residential. And so I would focus on property manager whenever I was doing commercial, or maybe it's a homeowners association or realtors. Maybe it's a home for sale. So I've got a little category for that. And I hadn't quite got that finished up. I was actually going to, at some point, build out some cards that would be great for a window cleaning company to maybe consider for their sequences. And but for now, that's where it's at. And you have awesome sequences in yours. So so for that, I appreciate you letting us take a look inside your account.
Absolutely.
And
Josh asked a question too.
Oh, okay.
Josh asked a question on here.
Oh, do you put prices on your postcards, Andy, or just a call now?
I typically just put a call now. I love the idea of putting prices on it. I know I'd probably get a lot higher conversions. I have put prices on one when we were going into a townhome association, and we were going to be washing all their siding, so we're going to be in the area. And we just sent a Radius Bomb to those folks saying, hey, we're going to be washing the siding here. If you want to get your windows clean, it would be X number of dollars for this limited time only. And that was enough to get us another, $1,500 worth of business right in that little area. And it was phenomenal. So I highly recommend putting prices on it when you can.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, that's I think one of the things we run into with prices is people are scared to put them on because they don't want to commit to those prices. So one of the things that we did in my cleaning company a few years back is when we were using this, is we would put our basic level of service pricing on the back. And so that way, if they called and we're like, hey, we've got this and, we've got the price, can we get it for that price? Oh, absolutely. Now that's our basic level of service. And then I'd go on to upsell them for the next 2 levels and see where they were, because we had basic, deluxe, and premium pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and we actually have another one. So Josh, do you not know how to use? I'm just kidding. Which card do you think gets the most calls? 1, 2, 3, or 4? This is something that Josh and I have actually been talking about, is the length of sequence quite a bit. So also the distance in between the cards. Have you sampled one way or the other, and how many cards? We've been telling people 3 at least. I feel like it's 3 minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident in that, just from my testing and my results. Also talking to other members. What have you been doing on the quantity of cards and spacing in between.
Yep. So card 1 and card 4 have offers on them when we do ours. So cards 1 and 4 typically convert the best. That's what we found. But I've not done. Typically, when I send a sequence, 1 card and the 4 have an offer in them. So typically, that's the one that we found converts the best.
Okay.
I like that question.
Yeah, that was a good question.
It'd be fun to do some experimenting with that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Now I actually have some sample cards of what not to do. And sadly, I designed these, but I was forced to. This is when people get like overly excited about what they want. And anyway, you probably won't be able to see. I'm not going to go too close with it because I don't want to reveal too much information about this. On the cards that talks about 1 point. That's the whole point of a drip sequence, is card after card. You can talk to that 1 point. It's no different than Facebook ads where you're talking about one thing and the call to action is matching on the landing page. So you can put that one thing. They're 59 cents or 69 cents now. We run specials every once in a while, but we just had a special, and sorry if you missed it.
In on that.
You got in on it. Great. So, but yeah, this is a big card. Yes, you've got more room for information, but that doesn't mean you should use it.
Right.
For my digital marketing people that are watching right now, maybe. This is something that we're doing. You may have gotten one of these in the mail if you're a bootcamp member, or maybe I think that's the only ones we send these to. But if you're on the bootcamp member, you see the month's focus is operation system. So I'll hold that up. This month is on operation systems. Well, believe it or not, all the content tailored, people are like, oh my gosh, you have so much content that all the time. Well, did you know it's themed? Whenever we send out the card, I actually have like my social stuff is set up to where it auto starts my requeue of curated, our content that we've built in advance to you've got yours. So is that this month's?
Yeah.
So
this isn't all the ones I've gotten, but these are the ones that happen to be sitting here. But I got 3 of them.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, and we're so glad to have you in the boot camp and everything. It's been pretty cool. Now, for those that don't understand what the boot camp is, it's a group of people, a community that gets several coaching sessions. We've got you get one-on-ones with Joshua Latimer, and that helps tremendously. Wouldn't you? It's helped you quite a bit, hasn't it, Andy?
Oh my goodness, yeah, absolutely. Having the phone call with Josh at the beginning of the year really set us up in the right direction. He helped us get packages, levels of different packages, and really we've probably doubled our average ticket just off of that one phone call with Josh. So
yeah, and now we don't do you can get the boot camp throughout the year, but we do once a year. We typically do a launch for our boot camp, members and stuff to, welcome our new members and so forth. So in the meantime, we do have a free resource, and I shared this to one of the, to this group. The Growth Vault is actually a free place where you can go and get some free trainings. You can get access to free tools. I'm going to be revamping the membership site within the next, month or so. It'll be getting, there'll be lots of changes going on, and all of that will be super, super high value, well done stuff that, anyway, just a lot of people get a lot of benefit from. So, and I'll post that link below. It's thegrowthvault.com. And there's I think there's there's PDFs, there's for editable documents for your business systems, there's video trainings, and a whole lot more. And so if you're not in there, the Growth Vault, and that's actually got a Facebook group as well that a lot of business owners are finding a lot of value from. Yes. So
the Facebook group alone is probably worth the price of admission. It's phenomenal.
Which is free. So, but yeah, no, and we do have our boot camp secret group, our secret members group. So, but anyway, I didn't really have anything else. Once again, Andy, we didn't really have a huge plan. We talked about it last week. I made one post. You're like, I'm in. Let's do this, Derek. Well, maybe it's worked out, really well for people watching. So I'll hopefully be doing these on a regular basis, answering questions in the group. And if you are interested in showing off your sequences and talking about what you're doing and maybe get some answers from viewers, or maybe you think you've got some really good tidbits or golden nuggets that everyone could benefit, then please reach out and PM me or email me, send me a SendJim card, tell me you want to be on the show, and let's do it. But yeah, so did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, one more thing before you unplug it. So if anybody on here is having trouble figuring out how to use Canva and make the cards formatted right for SendJim, send me a message and I can send you, or I can get you in a small little group that has some templates in Canva. So it's a Canva group. Send me a message. I'll get you into the group, and you could have basically a template where it shows where you can put things, where you don't want to put things, because SendJim overlays their information. If you want to be added to that group, just message me and let me know. And we've got maybe half a dozen templates on there right now, some for window cleaning, some for pressure washing, but they're all completely editable. So you can edit them to make them say whatever you want, but you'll have the templates. They're the correct size for SendJim, and we can get you going there.
Well, holy cow, that's awesome, Andy. Thanks so much for that, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming out again and making it here today. We didn't have like a long planning situation. I think Andy left. Yeah. Be Live, man. Be Live just kills me, dude. But anyway, hey, I didn't just kick you out.
I didn't touch it.
So anyway, but yeah, thanks so much, Andy, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Well, thanks, guys, and hopefully you guys have gotten some value from this. And if you have any questions, or if you want to comment about the QR code question, post below. Anybody that posts below, and let's just say this, there'll be some random gifts going out to commenters below using SendJim, some brownies, some things like that. And so let's chat. Have a good one.